Monique received a standing ovation when she stepped on stage for the first time in her hometown of Baltimore, Maryland, giving her the confidence to pursue her career as a stand-up comedian. After numerous stand-up performances, she took a leap forward with one of the starring roles in The Parkers in 1999. Monique's huge international breakthrough came with one of her performances in an independent film called Precious in 2009, for which she won the Academy Award Best Supporting Actress and over 30 other major awards. This propelled her to be a breakthrough, both comedian and actress, and run into the likes of Tyler Perry, as well as Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and even guys like D.L. Hughley.
I take pride, baby, in my whole career. Can't nobody tell you I ever started with them. That ain't what the fuck I do. My heart would hurt if I tried to bully them. Had to understand about me. I ain't for that Hollywood bull. If you cross the line, Oprah, if you cross the line, Tyler, I'm gonna see you cool. Come on, the cool train.
Now that was only the beginning of where you guys can see Monique didn't only set the record straight on just Tyler Perry, Oprah, Lee Daniels, amongst other names. You guys can see the feud between her and D.L. Hughley started to get his wings, dating back even before this, but it really started to be more and more public to the world and evident that these two didn't have a they very much had a dislike for one another. When you guys seen at the Detroit show, Monique took the stage on an agreement or a contract, seemed like where it was a little bit, things wasn't aligned with who was going to be the headliner. You guys can see Monique took to the stage. The war between the comedians Monique and D.L. Hughley, things started to get a little bit out of control. Monique initiated the public conflict when she blasted him during a comedy concert in Detroit on Saturday, May 29th, 2022. That included some vulgar jokes. She raised that Hughley and his people had arranged a contractual agreement whereby she was named as the headliner of the show and therefore would appear last. When the order of the comedians was alleged changed, Monique let it be known to the audience that she wasn't pleased about it.
I want to tell you. See, I'm for contracts. That's what's got a problem with me. If you sign a fucking contract, that's what the shit is. But they're so used to around with the contract and being nervous because they might lose an opportunity or a fucking chance, so they will redo the contract. I'm not just going to redo the contract. If you signed the mucker, that's what the mucker is. So tonight, see, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down for you, Detroit, because I would feel less than a woman if I didn't let y'all know what's going on this stage right now. So if my energy is a little different, if they got me up. They got me up. So the contract. Oh. The market contract said that is the headliner. The headliner. Let me say it again. The headliner. That's what the fucking contract says. Monique is to be the last person on the damn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed her for. I'm 30 plus years in this business and I don't open for nobody. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. But a nigga named D.L. Hughley turned the door and said, I won't perform if she does that. I won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy. And you think because I don't have it, that ain't my position. So when I leave this, the headliner has left. Black women. What kind of real is that? What kind of real attack of black woman? Nigga, I feel sorry for D.L. Hughley's family. I feel sorry for his fucking wife, because how do you suck of a coward?
Now, I gave you guys pretty much the extended version of that comedy show where you guys can pretty much get the gist of it all, because D.L. Hughley ended up clapping back the next day, accusing Monique of being confused from the start and getting the contract situation mixed up. D.L. Hughley also showed his 2.4 million followers the alleged contract agreement. He also said Monique has had a long bad habit of getting into major beefs with others, including Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, etc. And you guys can see right here, this is the contract that he's supposed to have posted. But you guys can see Monique wasted no time in firing back with receipts to prove to her 1.2 million followers that she was named the headliner. There were some of you who were fooled by the smoke and mirrors of DL posting this deal memo versus his performance agreement Monique penned on Monday evening of May 30th, 2022, and she let it be known this was her performance agreement. And here are emails and text messages confirming that I was supposed to be the headliner as I originally stated, etc. Now, this was just the intro into these guys later having even more mixed up. Where you guys can see originally, I believe DL Hughley has spoke out on his daughter dealing with some sort of sexual abuse, and Monique chimed in on it with her husband that DL Hughley later ended up didn't liking that very much. And at the end of the day, as pertaining to contract in particular, I believe if these guys sat down, compared their notes, compared their contracts, things could have been worked out with simple communication. But when you have two people that pretty much have a disdain for one another, it's much easier to get things out of control versus in control, because you don't have a line of communication and really don't care to deal with one another to begin with. Either way, you guys can see things spiraled a little bit further when Monique ended up speaking on his daughter's situation. Again, that kind of moved me a different way. It seemed like Monique got a lot of backlash in this regard. But me personally, if DL Hughley was the person who spoke out about it first, as I'm going to give you guys the clips, he said that he spoke out about this situation. By Monique chiming in on it, it seemed like she's able to do so, because these are the same things you see that DL Hughley do with other people's situations all around the industry, etc., on the radio and other things. When you have a platform, when you put your life, your family, and other people information out to the public, you have to be ready for people to speak on your situation in any form. Some people speak good, some people speak bad, but at the end of the day, people have the right to give their opinion on your situation once you make it public. But DL Hughley wasn't a fan of Monique speaking on it with her husband, and I'm gonna give you guys the clip. Like I said, I don't really know the particulars in depths of details of the things, that reason why he felt the way he do with Monique speaking on it, but if I'm getting it right, and I'm going to give you guys the clip here, it seemed like he said he spoke out about some things. I'm not sure if Monique misconstrued his words. Either way, she spoke on the situation with his daughter. Here go the clip.
I know that I said that I'd done all I could here about this whole Monique situation, but over the weekend, her and her husband released a video where I was doing an interview, and I detailed my daughter's sexual trauma, and I detailed my daughter's sexual trauma.
The character of the man named D.L. Hughley. That's what this has to do with. And let me acknowledge, D.L. Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, Monique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma. And when we talk about the character of the individual, for years, D.L. Hughley has given his commentary and his opinion on other people's lives, not just mine, for years. And he would give the ins and outs. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby, because the trauma has already set in. However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the trauma.
Now, speaking of trauma, a lot of you guys know Monique herself dealt with a lot of trauma, and it all started back as a young girl within her household, when you guys can see her brother done some things to her, sexually abused her, etc. And these are things that she felt the way as pertaining someone like Oprah, that she expressed herself both about her mother, her family, etc. You guys can see Oprah brought her brother onto the show, which later had her mother and father in the audience, etc. And that's when Monique started to feel betrayal. Monique's brother said, the brother of the Oscar, Monique said on Monday when he was on the the Oprah show back then previously. He was on a talk show and he admitted that he molested the actress when they were children, and he wanted to apologize. What is that? I think his name was Gerald. Said on the Oprah Winfrey show that he molested her and continued to do so for years, basically to come. Started when he was 13 and Monique was only 7 or 8. I abused and betrayed the trust of another sibling, my sister, my blood sister, Gerald said. He apologized to the actress by saying, "I'm sorry, Mo, I'm sorry." Gerald said he decided to appear on the Oprah Winfrey show to apologize to Mo and to bring their family back together. He said he himself was molested and he was using drugs and alcohol at the age of 11. Now, this wasn't such a bad situation in its entirety, because Monique didn't have a problem with Oprah speaking to Mo's brother, because she said she just didn't want anything to do with the cat, but at the same time, sometimes maybe people change. But at the same time, she had a big problem when Oprah brought her mother and her father on there. Her mother ended up passing away later on in 2018. You guys can see Elise no longer here, transition, and I say rest in peace to her mother. In the process of this, you guys can see Monique had a lot of trauma in the upbringings, etc., because even at her mother's funeral, her mother's funeral, etc., you guys can see it was a thing that got leaked out there, or a message on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, with her sister Millicent, I don't want to mispronounce her name, but she had a long, detailed message to Monique, and it was a heartfelt, for whatever it's worth. I can't say who's true and who's not. That's their family business. But at the same time, you guys can see Millicent, I'm just going to say that, hopefully that is correct. But either way, you guys can see she took to, I believe it was Facebook or social media, etc., and she said, "Enough is enough. My sister, stop the madness. It's not a good look. God has shut you down before, and believe me, he will do it again. Let's start by staying on topic. You are and have been displacing your anger on the wrong people. Why don't you start, sister, with you?" And that begins with digging deep and praying. When we pray and God hears us and he gives it back to us, it should say something to you. But you choose to listen to the devil, who was once a fallen angel. Take heed and clean your house up because it's dirty. Sis, you are coming with the same story over and over again. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Your career has been dead in the past, and now it's about to come to life, and now you are killing it again, and now the plug is about to be pulled on you, and you are about to be canceled again. This time it's flatline. I just can't take no more text messages or phone calls. At one time, the stage in the world was your oyster. What you are doing is offensive to this family, our parents, your siblings, but all of a sudden it's about you having to be right, good or bad, indifferent, and now you are wrong as two left shoes. It's absolutely maddening to see you embarrass yourself like this, which at this time is a reflection on the family, your true biological family, not your made-up family or your wife, but your siblings and our parents. May they rest in peace or turning over in heaven on your earthly behavior. Although you did not show up to your father's or your mother's funeral, I'm sure they forgive you because they know who their child used to be. I see you are making statements about other people's children, so where are yours? Again, clean your house up and you'll be set free. LOL, I have receipts, as your bodyguard used to say. Let's play nice, as you say. This is all coming from a place of love. Sister, stop. Your biological sister, Melissa. Now, again, that's a deep, detailed message, but what I will pull out of that, because there's two sides to a story, what I will pull out of that is you guys can see she said Monique did not make it to her mother or her parents, funerals, etc. And again, I tell you guys, back in 2018, they have the obituary right here where her mother passed away, and that's a very deep situation. Now, to close things up, you see different people take shots at her. Those like Tiffany Haddish, when you guys heard Monique speak back to her right here, you guys guys can see that Tiffany Haddish has some things to say that basically paraphrasing, she don't handle business like Monique, and she definitely didn't have the husband of someone like a Monique. Me personally, if I can give you guys my opinion on everything, I think it's kind of distasteful in that regard, because if we say we want black love, or we say we want to see, our community, be back in love again, love on each other, one thing we can't deny is whether you like Monique's husband or not, the way she loves on him, the way he seems to love on her, and they're both black people, why wouldn't we embrace their love for one another and say, that's the way it should be handled? Because at the end of the day, he is not only her manager, he is her husband, and she represents him well, he represents her well, at least to the public. We don't know between their household, but she said he is her best friend, her confidant, the person she chose forever life with, and he made her a better person. If we're looking at black love, we gotta salute that versus try to destroy that. Now, you heard people like D.L. Hughley has some things to say about her husband, her daddy, etc. That's what she alluded to her husband as. That's their business. But at the end of the day, they give you guys what I feel about all this situation right here in the gumbo. I feel like maybe at times people feel as though she has been hard to work with, but anybody that's dealt with trauma, anybody that's dealt with people taking millions of dollars from them, you won't be so susceptible to be friendly to any and everybody. You will have your guard up, and you will handle aggression with aggression. You will handle people stealing from you with a little bit of aggression, because you feel like the people that you love most, the people that you looked at that look just like you, betrayed you the most, stole millions of dollars from you. These are people that she helped put in position in their household only to destroy her, blackball her, put her in position where her and her family had to struggle, her household had to struggle, etc. as it pertains to the industry. I'm not getting really into the family and what the sisters say, etc., because that's a whole nother topic. As it pertains to Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, guys like D.L. Hughley, etc. D.L. Hughley have his disdain, but as pertaining to this, the heavy hitters, I should say, Tyler Perry, etc., these are people that she put her trust in. These are people that she looked up to when she stood in the mirror, wanted to be a comedian, wanted to be an actor. She looked at people like Oprah and said, that's a resemblance of me. That's who I want to be. When you later making it feel like these are the same people that betrayed you, worked you out of millions, basically took you out of position where you could have been feeding your family and been sitting at a very, very higher stage versus where she's at currently right now, still having to scratch and claw her way back to the top. You guys have people that look just like us betray her for people that don't care about us, and it's sad to see. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Everybody hit that like button right now if y'all like content like this. Turn that post notification bell on to all. I thank you guys for continuing to engage in the page. I tried to give you guys a summary of everything, different things that got addressed, and some things that maybe you didn't know, and I hope you guys allow me to continue to do so by turning your post notification bell on to all and getting in the comment section below at the end of this video. Thank you so much.